You guessed it, Damian Lillard.
And that was a great defensive play there by Nurkic coming over to provide help and get the block.
Into the corner, McCollum. Underneath, taking contact.
I would be of the proponent of not challenging and just feeling like this game could come down to the end. I don't want to risk even winning that.
Guard between Atlanta and the Knicks as Denver controls the offensive glass. Their lead is 10. They've been up by as many as 18. Look at Rivers showing the handle. Going glass, putting some England. Campazzo.
And this is, I think, where you make that adjustment, because if you got McCollum out there, you can get him in some situations where he can take advantage of his matchup.
Powell coming hard to the hole. They didn't need much from Powell the other night. He was only 3 of 11 in that game. But as Terry Stotts told us, it just has complemented their lineups and their players so perfectly after coming over in that deadline deal from Toronto. Porter crowded at 3 around him. Into the corner, Gordon. Three-pointer dances around the rim and drops. 8 points for Gordon. Campazzo the theft. Here he comes to the rack, lays it up and in. And Denver answering.
Right now, and I want to see what adjustments Terry Stotts makes for Damian Lillard here offensively. As Covington there, great hustle after the turnover to track that down and regain possession for Portland. If I'm Terry Stotts right now, I'd like to see them move Dame off the ball and put Aaron Gordon on the move. Have him chase, come off some screens. I think that's an opportunity to get Dame going here, because just going against a loaded defense with that much size from a standing position makes it a little more difficult for him to get going.
Foul was on Jokic. What a pass. Dame dropping a dime to Cantor.
And that's another thing you can do. Remember, 13 assists in that first game. He can become a facilitator. And if you've got Gordon on him, that leaves you with less athletic ability on that front line to guard the rest of those Blazer players.
Jokic had 25 in the first half. He's yet to score since, as Denver turns it over. So a 13-point Nuggets lead with 6:46 left in the quarter. Another look at that court vision by Lillard. Cantor was all by himself.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful find, great patience there, not forcing anything was Lillard, and they get rewarded.
Portland Trail Blazers, the number 6 seed in the West, finished the regular season winning 10 of their final 12. There's a whistle blown underneath. Jokic with his palms raised pleads his case as the backdoor cut. McCollum on the finish.
And as soon as I say that, he gets sliced up on a backdoor cut there, but you got to have better communication if you're Denver on that back screen.
Last one on Rivers was his 4th, and now the Nuggets are out of fouls. And suddenly this game has grinded to a halt.
And you see here that back screen, because they don't, I get not wanting to switch there if you're Aaron Gordon, but you've got to communicate that better. You didn't give Campazzo a chance defensively there, and a great find for that finish.
Denver Nuggets, top 3 seed in the West for a 3rd straight postseason. 26-10 since the All-Star break, and the biggest reason was that man, Nikola Jokic, banging down a 3. He's got 28 points.
And not that any of the voters needed it, but boy, it makes you feel good as Lillard able to draw the foul on that triple when the guy who is probably going to be the MVP of the league comes out with a performance like he has put on here. Not just tonight, but really in this series. It bothered me when people were saying how they had such an impact on his ability because he only had 1 assist. I mean, he was terrific in that game. And as I said earlier, ultimately, you only get assists when guys make shots.
Put your takes to the test with FanDuel's free over-under game. It's simple. Just pick over or under for each prop for your chance to win. Head to FanDuel.com/over-under to make your free picks before every NBA on TNT broadcast. Saw that last graphic. Lillard hit 8 threes in the first half. The all-time NBA playoff record for made threes overall in a game, 11 set by Klay Thompson.
Surprising, isn't it?
Right, in this day and age, you think that would be a bigger number, but as you mentioned during the break, less possessions in a playoff game makes sense.
Yeah, it's more physical and the preparation. Because remember, they had the longest stretch they've had this entire season since training camp to prepare for their next game coming into the postseason. And so you're going to be able to take some things away. Good strong move there by Gordon, but how about Covington with the hands to thwart it?
That's what Covington has brought to this team after coming over in the trade from Houston in November, as Cantor is whistled on the offensive foul.
And Cantor doesn't like it, but actually that's on C.J. McCollum. You gotta give Cantor an opportunity to set that screen before you go into your move there. Another uncharacteristic turnover.
First on McCollum as Porter off the back of the rim. Blazers with possession. They're down 12. McCollum hanging to the rack.
And this is kind of how they do it. They ham and egg it, dude. McCollum and Dame Lillard at times.
McCollum career highs in points and assists this season. Had that incredible performance against Denver a couple of years ago in that memorable 7-game series. In that Western semi is a whistle blown at the other end. Covington again right in the middle of things. But the silky smoothness of this guy's game is something to behold.
And you see how low he was as he kind of got